Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I am 1 hour late this morning. You guys, Mary Gunn had me pretending like I was a night owl at Paper Ganza, and I still got to get on schedule. Oh my goodness. And, and I was up late painting because Miss Karen McKoy has got me slapping paint on paper. So your girl was late going to bed and late waking up. And I just hope I have enough water for today. I've got some. I was up so late that my ice water is still in here and icy. And I was painting, and I wanted to show you the paints that I use because that's usually a question. I just used my Primas last night. This is the brand Prima. You know, they make the paper, the pretty paper. Well, they also, I don't know if they still manufacture watercolors or not, but this is the Tropicals, the Prima Tropicals. My first watercolors I ever bought was Prima. And they're a little gritty. They're not the finest milled watercolors, but they're beautiful and I love them. And I'll show you what I did. And we're gonna do some together. Now, I can't paint like Miss Karen McKoy. And y'all might be going, well, who's Karen McKoy? Who's she talking about? Beth introduced me to Miss Karen McKoy. I had seen Karen over in Mindless Crafting chat, but I didn't realize she had a channel. And then Beth, Happy Place Crafting, has been getting into watercolor, and she's like always talking about Karen McKoy. And I was like, well, I need to go track this Karen McKoy lady down. And I am telling you right now, I am so glad that I did. She is immediately uplifting. She's very soulful. She's definitely one of us, one of the people who crafts for therapy and like crafts for the soulfulness of it all. And I can't recommend her enough. So if you have watercolors or if you've been wanting to watercolor, definitely check her out. I'll put her in the chat. I gotta first say hello to everyone, so I don't get too far behind. But we're gonna make cards today with all of these watercolors that I did. Okay, so I was up late watercoloring. Hello, Miss Danette. First one here. How are you? Good to see you. And Miss Linda. Big squishy hugs to you, Linda. Hello, Michelle. Big squishy hugs to everyone. And Jennifer and Maddie. Maddie, I'm so excited for you that you won yesterday. Do you like this journal, Maddie? You'll have to let me know. I stayed in my craft room all day yesterday. Anyways, I had made this journal and I wasn't crazy about it. It's a hinged journal, but I stayed in here yesterday and I kind of fixed the things I didn't like about it, and now I like it. If you like it, Maddie, I'll throw it in with your stamp set that you won in your package. So, I don't know, you know, it's kind of funky. It's kind of weird. It's not, she's not perfect. Here, let's bend this back here and glue it down. But if you do like it, I will send it to you with your stamp set that you won yesterday. There, that's just a little pocket now. That page was kind of bothering me. So this is a hinged journal with paper hinges. And it had a different theme and I just wasn't loving it. And now it's got this theme. It's kind of a boho, a little bit boho, not fully. What does she say? Does she like it? Let's see. Hey, Linda Veal. Karen is awesome, right, Maddie? Um, so look, y'all were there. Maddie, I know you were there yesterday when she was doing those. I never got it. I couldn't do it exactly. I'm hoping if Karen is up this morning, she can give me some pointers. But this was my first attempt at those flowers she was doing yesterday. Then by late night, I was doing like a meadow and I was just messing around. But I kept trying. I did keep trying to do the flowers she was doing. They're not as pretty as hers. Look at these though. I kind of made these up and I really like them. They're super funky. This one's one of my favorites, but I do really like these. I like this one. I like them. I haven't watercolored flowers in forever, so I'm so happy she had me in here, you know, trying. This is what I was doing while she was live. And I realized I didn't have the right brush and I wasn't loading it correctly, so I just turned them into fringe flowers and just kind of wildflowers. So we're going to play with these today. I have a whole bunch to play with, but also I'm going to show you, I painted last night some watercolor paper with like blue and a gray color, and we're going to paint a little together, and then we're going to turn these into cards. So let's do it. How are you guys doing? It's my last day of vacation. I might need to bring a box of Kleenex in here and have a little boo-hoo. My husband went back to work yesterday, and when he came home, I said, how hard was it to go back to work today? He's like, hard. Hard all day. Okay. I might have left my glue open all night, you guys. I think I did. This is what happens when you're crafting after hours. You should be sleeping. Thank you, Linda. Linda, I need your address. I don't know if I have it. My email, Linda, is in... Oh, and I'm so glad that we're talking about this because I need to talk about my YouTube channel a little bit. My address is in my About section. No, not my address. You don't need my address. I need your address. My email address is in my About section. And you can email me your address. I have my P.O. box over there and my email. Anyways, Linda, you deserve Happy Mail, and I want to send you some. Everybody deserves it, but I want to send you some, and I don't have your address. Okay. Alrighty. I cut that 9x12 paper down to 4x6. And there's a reason. So I know not everybody likes a big white border on their cards. And I get that and I respect it and I understand it. However, here's what's cool. A 5x7 card can be framed into a picture frame. A 4x6 can be into a picture frame. But what I'm thinking is if you make your focal point and the majority of your card on a 4x6 and then you mount it on a 5x7, you'll have an instant mat for a picture frame. Let me see if I have one, a picture frame. Okay, hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Who's ready to chase the squirrels with me? We're gonna go squirrel chasing here for a second, but I think it's important. So these are two 5x7 cards that I had made, and I just popped them into frames to see what they would look like. And I didn't like it. Like, for instance, for this one, the sentiment's kind of cut off. Kind heart, fierce mind, brave spirit. I mean, you can see it, but it's not real ideal. And then this one is super adorable. This is like a little fairy mushroom garden. See, with a little gnome. And then it has like mixed media in the background. And there's a little snail in there. And it's super cute. But when I like a matte. So I'm just weird like that maybe. Maybe some people would like their art edge to edge. But I actually like it matted when I frame art. So we take this out. Bye, love you. Have a good day. Now, so let's take one of these for example. I like it, and this one's not 4x6. Oh, let me cut it down to 4x6. Oh my gosh, you don't have, oh man, Maddie. Yeah, it's yours. When I was working on it yesterday and I knew I was going to be sending you stuff, I was like, oh, maybe Maddie will want this. So now I know I have to send it to you. Okay, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Put this down. I'm not gluing anything down because I'm not ready. But I put a 4x6 in there with a 5x7 card base. And I like that. So sorry, it's dusty, y'all. But see, isn't that so much better? Because then all of your art shows. So this is a 5x7 decorated edge to edge. And this is a 5x7 card. Is that a, I don't know what that was. This is a 5x7 card, the white one, with a 4x6 decoration in it. Now you can get bigger frames, obviously, but I just kind of wanted to show y'all that and put that idea in your head. I do love this lady. She's a stampendous lady. I still have that stamp. Y'all know I pull it out from time to time and use it. I just love her. I think she's faded over time, but I do remember that I had painted her in pastels, but I do believe she is faded, and I probably painted her with Prima. So Prima's not like a fine, it's not like an artist grade watercolor. Prima is a student grade, and the main difference between artist and student grade that I know of is that the artist grade is going to be light fast, meaning it won't fade. If you're just making cards that you're not planning on framing or anything, it won't matter. But if you're making artwork that you think will be framed or that you do want to frame, then it's best to use, this is my new watercolors. It's best to use an artist grade. These aren't exactly apples to apples because this has been in the light for so long. But if you ever feel like we're being a little bit snobbish about our watercolors, it's just basically for light fastness, and they behave differently when painting. But if you're just getting started and you don't know if you're going to want a watercolor, then buy the cheap ones. Or if you're just making cards, there's something, I think it's I don't know what that is, chasing something around on my desk. All right, So let's paint some flowers and then let's turn these into cards. I have ideas. We're going to go mix media on these. They're not going to stay like this. Okay, like I said, I haven't painted flowers in a long time. So don't get in your feelings about it. You can't paint flowers because it's not true. You can. You can paint flowers. Just practice, practice, practice. Like yesterday, you can tell I just sat here. This was my first foray back into painting flowers when Karen was live. And this one, I didn't paint my background until the end. And I was like, oh, that kind of drove me nuts going back in and painting in the background. So on all of these, I painted my background first and then painted my flowers. And then I just sat here and I was like, I gotta figure out that Karen flower. So these are all my attempts to figure out that Karen flower. And then by the end, I was like, well, let me just play and make some other flowers. And this was making me think of the zinnias that I planted in my yard this year. And then this is making me think of the meadow. So our hotel room in Kansas City, it's like a fruit fly in here. We had a meadow outside of our hotel, and the deer would come in the evening, you know, at dusk when deer go to bed down. And they came and they bed down in our meadow every night, and we would go out, and it was two fawns, still had their spots, a mommy and a daddy, a buck and a doe. It was the cutest little family. I fell in love with them. Anyways, they would come each evening and they would bed down in this meadow, and there were tall flowers of all different kinds. So that's kind of what I was painting there. I'm probably going to throw a deer on that one. And then this I just made up, and then this was inspired by the zinnias in my yard. So yeah, you know, just play. Just play, play, play. Okay, so let's play a little bit together. Now I'm going to send you to Miss Karen McKoy's channel if you want to know how to paint these, because I do them no justice at all. I got to go get my water. I'm back. I poured my water this morning and left it in the kitchen. Okay. So, as I was saying, you have to go to Karen's channel if you want to actually know how, like if you want some guidance on painting flowers. We're just going to mess around here this morning, you and I. Let's play with my new Kuretake. This is my new palette. This isn't a new palette to Kuretake, it's my new palette. And all it does, as I was talking to the girls at Blick, is it fills in if you don't have the 48, if you have the 36, which is what I had before, it fills in the gaps. I'm just gonna wet everything. Okay, I may not use all those colors, but I'm gonna wet them all. Let me say hi to everyone. Hi, Bethany. Oh my goodness, I almost took a drink of that. What'd you say? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. Exactly. She's saying actually light fast is why I moved to better watercolor. My kids tend to display the cards I send them for a long time. Yes. You're already there, Jennifer. You can't paint flowers. Sure you can. Hi, Kathy Smith. Let me say hi to everyone. Lydia, hello. Diane, I missed you, dear. How are you? How are you doing? Hi, Paula Kay. Okay. So, I don't think, first of all, I don't think I'm using the right kind of dagger brush, but this is the only dagger. I only have 2 dagger brushes, and you do need a dagger brush. But these are the only 2 I have. And now Karen could probably pick this up and make the most gorgeous version of this flower. And so I'm sure it's me and not the brush. But what I'm going to do is layer the paint pretty deep up into the bristles of this brush. I'm going high up on my main color, and then I'm just dipping the tip right there into the dark color. Okay, and I probably should have this in a separate palette, but we're not going to worry about that. And then you're going to take it down, and like I said, I'm going to do this no justice. First of all, mine get all like, I don't wiggle right or something. Mine get all fringy. That's what I'll say. It gets very fringy. I'm going to dip in and get a little more blue. I don't have enough punch of blue. There we go. And then kind of messed it up, but that's okay. That's still our flower. Clean it off. Go again. And you want a good amount of paint because you can't just keep dipping in. So go ahead and load up your brush with a good amount of paint. Be very generous with your water and your paint. I'm just going to go down. Now Karen's left-handed, so she goes the other way. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go this way. And I liked that her flowers had these breaks. Now see, I get purple. You're not supposed to lift. I know she said don't lift, but I don't know how not to lift. Okay, and now look, I don't want that dried look. See that dried look around here? I don't like it. So I'm going to go back in with just water on my brush and kind of smooth that out. Now let's just do a little halfy. Okay, so cleaned my brush, good amount of paint, good amount of water. Get me some blue, and we're going to do a halvesy over here. This girl's just starting to open up to the group, you know? Okay, and I'm going to put a little more paint, just pink, over here on this one because it's not doing it for me. There we go. Okay, so that's our flowers. Not everyone has dagger brushes. I have like 100 paint brushes. I had to dig for my daggers because I never use them. So this may not be a brush that you have, but hopefully, you know, just like when I was watching Karen, you'll just be inspired to paint something, even if you don't paint these. I thought I was going to have to run off to Hobby Lobby at first, and then I realized, no, girl, you got a dagger brush. You just got to dig for it. So then I ended up digging for it. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of give myself some leaves. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I was watching a bunch of Karen videos last night as I was painting, and she can just paint so effortlessly. It's so beautiful and calming to watch. Hey, Sala, how you doing? So let me get just one of these tapered brushes. Okay. Get me some leaves going on here. Turn. We're going to go mix media on this, you guys. It's going to be fun. We're going to add some ephemera, some sentiments, and go completely mixed media. So your flowers don't have to be perfect. I like whimsical, like folk art. So for me, I'm good with this. Okay, so there's our first one. Let's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Maybe they do get better. Karen is very inspiring. Hey, Maddie, thanks, Maddie. Maddie, I'm going to make you, because I know you know where to find Karen, and you're always here. I'm going to make you a moderator real quick. If it'll let me. Okay. So I was telling y'all, oh, I need to make a channel announcement. I turned on my community yesterday, you guys. I figured it out. YouTube messaged me and they're like, hey, you can have a community. You should turn that on. And I was like, you're right. I've been wanting to turn that on. And so I went through the hoops, jumped through the hoops, and we have a community. So you should be able to post pictures here on my channel under post. So, you know, when you go to a channel, it's like home, lives, video, home, videos, live. Then I think it'll be post, memberships, about section. There might be a community section. That purple's kind of getting lost. Let's add another color in there. That lilac is so pale. She needs a little help. Anyways, so now you guys, y'all can post, you can post pictures and comments and stuff in the community, in the post section of my channel. So I picked a theme, and the theme is Craft Crazy. And I used the card that I made with you guys yesterday as my first prompt. So post something that you think would go with that theme, or post anything that you want. If you paint flowers today and you want me to see them, post a picture in my community, and then everybody can see them who hangs out on the Bitty Penny channel, and we can all go be giving you high fives and stuff. And that's why I want it, is because you guys sit around here and watch me make things. Well, I want to see what you make. So don't be shy. There's nothing but sunshine and rainbows around here. Nothing but support for you. So don't be shy. Post in my, and I want to see it. And not everyone's on Instagram. That's the only other place that I hang out on the internet. And not everybody's over there. So you just post right here and I will see it. And it'll make me so happy. I liked that last composition, so I'm just going to copy that composition again. These flowers are a hot mess, but do not stress. We will be able to make them into something. Miss Norma, hello. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to do community. I was afraid my channel might be too tiny for that, but it's not. And I'm so excited. Not that I think my channel is tiny. I am so happy this many people, that y'all are here, and that as many people have subscribed have. It's not that. It's just in the world of YouTube, my channel is tiny. You know, my son watches people who have millions of subscribers, and you know, there's even crafters now who have 100,000 subscribers or whatever. So in the YouTube plane of existence, for me, I'm blown away. Okay, so there we go. You got to go watch Karen make it because, again, I'm not doing them justice, but that is the basics of those flowers. And I don't even know what kind of flowers they're supposed to be, but what we're going to do is let these two dry. So those are the two we made just now. I'm going to let these two dry, and then let's start playing with my dried ones. Okay, so let's start playing with these. This one, I'm going to leave this one because I think I want to turn this into a postcard. I think I want to scan this one. I like it just like it is and turn it into a postcard of sorts. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, but I'm going to play with these. Let's start with these. I'm going to get some stamps out. I'm going to get some sentiments out. Maddie, you're so funny. Oh, we do not stress about a hot mess. Not around here. Oh, awesome. Bethany, that is awesome. You guys, go check out Bethany. She's 11 people away from 800. Girl, I think that's awesome. I got to take off some of our, I'm going to take off my Minnie Mouse watch, even though I'm going to put her right back on when this is over. My wrist is feeling like it needs a break. I'm going to take off some of these. I don't know why. Just need a little bit of a break. Check out this new bracelet, Sparkle Heart, and I got matching bracelets at the Jazz Museum. This one says, where there is love and inspiration, you can't go wrong. Isn't that awesome? I think it's Ella Fitzgerald. It's a part of one of her quotes. And I feel that way. Where there's love and inspiration, you can't go wrong. All right. I'm over here going through my Unity stamps. I'll be right back. I'm looking for my deer. Found it. I found 3 others at the same time. I want to put this deer in the meadow. So let's start there. Okay. Grab this sweet little deer. I love this deer stamp. Don't fret. If you really like this stamp set, you can get past kits at Unity Stamp Co. So this is a year old. This was from August 2024. But yeah, you can get that. That's what's really cool. They make their stamps to order and they don't discontinue them, which is awesome. So like if you're just seeing the stamp a year later and you really want it, you can get your hot little hands on it. And I love that. Okay, so let's stamp this precious thing out. Ooh, dear. Oh, yeah, Cheryl, when we were staying at our hotel, there was a little deer family. And it still had it, the 2 fawns still had their little white spots. Oh, they were so precious. So precious. And then their mom was with them. And the first night we just saw the two babies and the mom. And then the second night, we saw the buck. We saw the dad too. It was awesome. So on just a separate sheet of paper here, try and decide if this is the paper I want to use. Well, we're going to use it anyways. I'm going to stamp this out. This is not watercolor paper, and that's okay. Look at that. Is that not the most precious thing? You know, sometimes I think we forget about stamps when we have a lot that we have in our collection. Well, this is one I do not forget about having in the collection. Miss Lauren Taylor had the most beautiful bottle of stamp cleaner. It was like so posh and pretty. I was like, oh, that's a pretty bottle of stamp cleaner. Okay. Back to these. Oh, Indian red. No, 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 no. Not these. They don't have the right. Let's grab these. I cleaned off my tray yesterday. You know, when I was on vacation, I just squeezed a little out because I didn't have my half pans with me. So I cleaned that off and made a smudgy dot card. I think I'll send that out, and I think I'll send that to Beth. I owe her a card, and I know she is trying all kinds of watercolors right now, so she can try these. But there's I've got a really beautiful brown that I want to use. Now, if you don't watercolor, then try doing all of this with your markers, with colored pencils, whatever medium it is that you like to color with. I have always liked watercoloring my stamped images because, let me tell you why. When I first started in 2016 making cards and stuff, everyone used alcohol markers to color everything. And everyone was like, you gotta get Copics, you gotta get Copics. Well, Copics were expensive. And I thought crafters were a little bit crazy for the amount of money that they'd spend on a stamp set and dies and stuff. And so I was like, well, I can get 1 tin of watercolor and be able to mix and do whatever and have any color. And I don't need 3 different markers. I can just add more water if I want it lighter. I can add more pigment if I, want it darker. And I can mix and save a bunch of money. So I started with watercolor. And it has turned, and then I ended up drinking all of the Kool-Aid. I buy all of the things. I've spent all the money. And I have alcohol markers now, but I prefer watercolor still, even for my stamped images. Yeah, so what I'm doing with watercolor, you can do with alcohol markers. So you color in whatever medium makes you happy. Watercolor just makes me happy. I'm most comfortable with it. See, like here, I want the face to be lighter. So, and I want the ear to be darker. And I want like this area, because it's shadowed by the leg, I want that to be darker. And I don't have to get out a bunch of markers. I just need one color, and I add more water when I need it. I add more pigment when I need it. I adjust as I go. And like this leg is too dark now, and that's fine because I can lift it. And you might say, well, but I don't want to use watercolor paper all the time. This isn't watercolor paper. If you're not saturating your paper with water, like this is just standard old accent opaque cardstock. If you're not using a ton of water, you don't need watercolor paper. So there we go. Now let's dip in, get a little bit of this orange. The monarchs are out, you guys. I have Greg's Mist, that's the name of a plant that's native here, all over my yard because it's a butterfly attractor. And yesterday I was outside and I bet you there were like 20 big monarchs sampling the Greg's Mist. Bye, Sala. So glad you were here. So good to see you. And then I'm going to lift a little bit of that color with a paper towel. I just wanted to add a little bit to the ear. And then you can lift more with a clean brush. It is easier to lift off of watercolor paper than it is like cardstock. Accent Opaque is some pretty thirsty cardstock. Okay, so these are the cores by Golden. Really, really, really lovely. I am so happy I was able to pick those up. Okay, and now I'm going to fussy cut this out. And we're going to add it to our little card over here in the meadows. This is totally inspired by my vacation. The meadow that they had chose to lay down in was so beautiful. I mean, I was trying to take in one day like how many species of flowers. I was like trying to count how many species of flowers there. I lost track. There were so many species of flowers in that meadow. And the deer were just perfectly happy to sleep there. I know, Diane. And then I saw that, Karen painted lace with watercolor. That's such a cool idea. That is an awesome idea. Okay, so there's our little deer. She's going to hang out here in the meadow, just like her mama told her to. I love deer. I used to live in the hill country, like deep in the hill country here in South Texas. And I mean, you had to dodge the deer. One time I had a deer run out and hit me, like in the middle of my car, in the middle of my passenger door. I don't know what it was running from, but it just ran right out and smacked me. I think it was okay. It just kind of bounced off and went running away, but I didn't hit it, it hit me. But yeah, you had to drive like 30 miles an hour at the fastest down the road that I lived on because there were just deer every day. It was heavily populated area for deer. They were safe there because it was residential for the most part. Even though it was in the hill country and people had tons of land out there, it was still, no one was hunting. So they could come, and for miles and miles, it was a heavily dense wooded area with just houses and no hunting. So they had a kind of a refuge there. Okay, now we've got our deer, we've got our meadow. Oh my gosh, I don't remember her name, but there was someone there with a special pair of big scissors that she had to show me. Those blades on those scissors were like 12 inches long. I was like, oh no. I mean, people always think I use big scissors. There's no way I could use those scissors. It was so funny. She had to show me, and I had never seen anything like it. John used my scissors. I mostly used John Pound stuff when I was crafting because I just sat down and tried to craft real fast one card so I could at least say, because my hubby was dropping me off that morning and he was like, how many cards have you made? And I was like, none. This was on Saturday. And he's like, none? We came from Texas to a card making event and you haven't made any cards? And I was like, yeah, no, I haven't. So I sat down to make one. And I sat with John and Jill and everyone at their table, at their pod. And I was moving so quickly. I just started stealing all of John's stuff because it was out. Then I didn't have to get mine out. Bless his heart, I was using his ink and everything. He had some mindless crafting ink. I was using everything. We need more butterflies in this scene, I feel like. Because you don't usually just see one butterfly, do you? Just some teeny tiny ones. Let me look back at that stamp set. I think that's the only one. It is. Ooh, I'm going to put a sentiment on here. There's a couple in here that I want to use. There's one that says, thankful for you. And there's another one that says, miss you dearly. So let me grab those out of the stamp set. There's one. You guys, I gotta go get my eyes checked and get some new glasses. It's only a problem when I'm looking at sentiments. The fine print. I can't read the fine print. I bet that one says miss you dearly. I think it does. Okay. Let's put a couple of sentiments on there. I used his stamping blocks. I used everything. Yeah, Norma, we would have loved to have seen you there. Maybe next year. I know, I want to go again. I don't think I articulated it yesterday, but it's just a little different than like a scrapbook expo, and here's why. I think I can articulate it better for you today. Like when you go to like a scrapbook expo or something, you go with a friend or two and you're kind of the only ones that know each other, and you know, you go shopping, you sit down at your table, you get to know the people at your table. At least I do. And then that's kind of, and you go to some classes, you know, that kind of thing. Paper cans is different because you've been hanging out with these people in the chat. You already kind of know them. And then you all love paper, you know, you all love craft roulette. You know the culture, you know the sayings, there's a different level. It's more like a reunion, but you might be meeting the people for physically for the first time, but you've been hanging out on the internet together. And so it's just different. It's not like those other events. It's really special. Okay. So there's a couple of sentiments we can put on the card. Hey, Vicky. How's it going? I got to hang out with VJ. Miss Vicky Jensen. That was awesome. Vicky, I don't know how. I ended up with 2 of your cards. I don't know how I did that. I mean, I'm grateful, but I didn't mean to. I guess we must have traded and you gave me one. That's the only thing I can think of. But I feel bad. I ended up with 2 of somebody else's too, because those could have gone to some, you know, could have spread the love a little further. That's all. I might trim that down a little bit more, but we've got a couple of sentiments now. See, so your flowers don't have to be perfect. Your watercolor flowers, don't be hard on yourself. By the time you take and add a few things here and there, I love my meadow. And I couldn't get this meadow by stamping. You know, it really has to be painted. If I want my grasses different colors, if I want, you know, the stems and the flowers different colors, it's really hard to do stamping. You can do it, I know, but like it's difficult. Whereas if you just sit down and play around with your paint, and if you don't have watercolor but you have acrylic, try acrylic. You don't have to use watercolor. Just use what you have and give yourself a little grace. Remember that this isn't the thing that you do all the time, so give yourself some grace and have some fun. Oh, hi, Danny. Hey, sweetie. Good morning. Precious babies. I know you're not a baby, but still. To moms, you're always babies. Okay, so that's that. Now we can add this to a card, and we might add more. Okay, so now we're shaping up to actually have a card made. So let's put this on, and then I'm tempted to put those clear enamel dots from Trinity on here that came in the swag bag. Be kind of like morning dew if I get the small ones out. Now, if you don't like the white border and you're not planning on framing it, you can stamp, you can watercolor, you can do whatever you want to, or cut your paper larger, you know, cut it to 5 by 7 like the example I showed you before. This is 5 by 7 and it's watercolored edge to edge. See? It's exactly 5 by 7. No cheats. It looks bigger. It looks big to me, but that's because I'm typically working in a slightly smaller. Okay, let's put, oh, Cheryl, do you have a channel? Do we need to come show you some love? Do you have, I didn't think you had, I don't know. You have to let me know. Norma wants to know too. Wait, do you have one? Do we all need to come over there real quick? Oh, let me use my new Trinity. And Tanisa taught me that the T, if the T is upright and it says Trinity Stamps, then the left side is the dagger. The left side is the pokey tool. I'm so glad she taught me that. Now I know which end to pull off. Found it. No, she doesn't have one. Okay. Because you know, we come right over and show some love. Okay. Girl, don't let a mess stop you because it is the biggest mess around here and it doesn't stop me. I should be, by some people's standards, I should be not doing live videos and I should be cleaning my craft room, but cleaning comes after art in the dictionary and in my life. Okay, we're just, these are teeny tiny. I'm just popping on some Morning Dew with these enamel dots. I'm so glad she gave us clear. Let's use ones that are slightly bigger here too. And I know they're sticky, but I'm going ahead and adding glue too. Okay, let's use a couple more of these. Standards. Right, Diane? Ah. My therapist, when I was dealing with my PTSD, she was like, don't should on yourself and don't should on others either. No shoulding. It's stuck. Cleaning is stupid. Cheryl, I love you. You know, some people love it, and that I'm so happy for them that they've found what they love. Like my brother-in-law, it's like his place of zen, and I'm so happy for him that he knows how to get there. It does not bring me good vibes or zen feelings. Okay, we have just a little bit, and it's going to be hard to show you, but a little bit of Morning Dew splashed around, and I think this one's done. We'll move on. Next. But yay. This is kind of fun because it makes me, you know, remember my travels. It makes me think of Kansas City. It makes me think of paper ganza. All right. Has Karen woken up yet and popped in? No. Well, all right. Let's go to our next one. this one? I think this one needs like a cute girl or something. I have some stamps over here I need to use. Let's see. No. Don't know if anything in this bag is right though. Looking. Ooh. Okay. Maybe her. Maybe one of these girls. And this little box is filled with sentiments that I love. Dreamer, Rebels at Heart, Secret Garden, Dream a Little Dream, Leap of Faith, Ancient Songs, and Kindred Spirits. Yeah, love these. These are from Red Lead Paperworks. All of this is Red Lead. So let's find a girly. She's got her doll. She's got her book. I think most of these are too big, but let's see. I think I want a standing girl. Ooh, I really like this one. Let's look at this one. Standing amongst the flowers and her secret garden. I think that's where we're going with this. Okay. And then we've got Art Girl, Happy Birthday, Scrap Girl. I use these on my ATCs. Oh, let me put these sentiments back where they go. They go with the deer. Where's the deer? See, I've already lost my deer set. Oh dear. Found it. Just have to spin around in my chair. I absolutely loved Paper Organza. I don't usually do too much chatting or commenting, but I was very encouraged after talk. Aww. Oh, Janet. Yay. I'm so glad. I know it can be a bit much sometimes to join in the chat. I understand. Sometimes I have to watch quietly and lurk, and that's okay. Like sometimes, you know, days are long. People are crazy. You need a break. And that's okay too. But when you do chat, you know, we all get to know each other. And we can commiserate. I need more space on my desk. I had so much fun meeting everyone. Spending time with everyone. Okay, so stamping her up again. Anytime I want to use watercolor, it's VersaFine pigment ink. Any pigment ink is fine for watercolor. I just love my VersaFine. There she is. Is she not precious? She's contemplating things. She's like, should I eat more chocolate? I've already had 3 pieces today. Mom would tell me to eat some protein first. She's like, should I buy the stamp set? You only live once, honey. Have a good time. Let's see. Let's just see. I think I will color her up. Let me get out my set that Rhonda made for me. My dear friend Rhonda made this whole huge palette for me. Look at this. She labeled everything. She made me this gorgeous palette with gorgeous colors. These are all Da Vinci's. So let's get this out. And let's color her up. I know, I'm a spoiled crafter. Okay. Let's do blue. Let's do her dress in blue. Ooh, I really like this one. I can't read and tell you what color it is because it's too small. Again, I already said it. I need glasses. But we're going to color her up in this pretty dark blue dress. These stamps are really fun too if you want a paper piece. So you just stamp her like here, and then you stamp her on patterned paper, and you can paper piece her dress. I think I want her dress to be very watercolory. Technical terms. And dark blue. And I ended up going pretty solid. I didn't do like a wash. That's fine too. Okay, what color should the top? Let's do yellow. I like yellow and blue together. Put a little yellow up here for the top of her dress. Okay. Pop in some skin tone. I'm just going to grab some off my tin here with my palette. So yeah, I got to get back on schedule, you guys. I apologize. Some people were probably here at 5:30 this morning and I wasn't here. I was an hour late. I'm still recovering from the Paperganza schedule. Paperganza. Yeah, had me way off schedule. And I have not gotten back on yet. She's gonna have auburn hair. A little bit of red in there. A little redhead with a blue dress on. Redheads always look good in blue. There we go. Done. Okay. Just stacking. Gonna have a craft lunch. I can feel it. Okay. Everywhere I go this week, people are doing or talking about paper piecing. The universe is sending you a sign die. You should be paper piecing. Oh, thanks, Amy. Hi. Oh my gosh, blessed with your presence twice this week, and I'm so excited. You have the sweetest face. That's probably weird to hear, but it's true. I don't know how Mary and I started talking about you. It was for all good reasons. And she said, didn't she just make you want to smile just seeing her? And I was like, yeah, she has the sweetest face. Oh, just so you know. That's what we said behind your back. Oh, only it might not have been behind your back. It might have been during the showcase. I don't remember. It's all a blur. I would have to be writing it down blow for blow to remember it all correctly. But not only a sweet face, a sweetheart. They match. Okay. She's still a little wet. I'm not using watercolor paper for these. I'm just using my 80-pound cardstock from, let me even check which one I'm using. Oh, this is my Accent Opaque Digital. No wonder. Oh man, I wish I could still find this. Our Kinko's closed near us, and they stopped selling reams of cardstock. I think that's why they closed. I mean, you couldn't buy a ream of cardstock anymore. When I first started card making, I went in there and I'd buy this Accent Opaque cardstock for $6.99 a ream. And I loved it. It's great for watercolor. And I used to get a whole ream of it for $6.99. Well, then the price went up, and then the last time I went in there, they wouldn't sell it to me at all. They were not selling reams of paper anymore. And then they closed the location. I was like, all right. So she's going to be amongst the flowers, and she needs some sentiments. Okay, the next one, we're going to do something totally different. It was like a dream. It was. It most certainly was. The good dream. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I need a sentiment. Ooh. Found it. I'm going to use this one. See, I'd pulled out different ones. This is February 2025 from Unity. You are a true bloom of kindness. That's perfect. Now I just have to find it. Now, my Unity stamps I always put on these acetates. There it is. Ew, that stamp set had a receipt in it. A very long receipt with a big number. I don't want to look at that. How'd that get in there? I want to craft without thinking about what I spent. All right, let's see. Let's get this stamped out. Let's see if I have some cutoffs. I do. See, I have these cutoffs that I saved that are watercolor from when I was making my 4x6 bases. These are gray, blue, yellow. Let's pick a color. I save things like this because I think it's going to be perfect for our sentiment. Blue or yellow? Or gray. Oh, that's blue. Here's gray. Maybe gray. Flo, how you cats? I am loving my vacation. I don't want it to end. I I told my husband yesterday, we need a get rich quick scheme. Not a bad one, not like a Ponzi scheme, just a plan. A get rich quick plan, because I want to just craft for the rest of my life and hang out with my friends. He said he'd work on it. He really loves me. Hey, Jenny G. Your card made it? Oh, die good. It made you cry twice. That was so fun. I'm so glad I was there for that. That was fun. And I got my card. Should I go get it? I have it up in my living room. Let me do this first. You are a true bloom of kindness. Put that somewhere like right there. Okay, now there's something else I want to do. I probably should have looked for these before now, but that's okay. I'm looking for stamps. We're just going to start with these two. Oh, there's one. Okay. That's enough to get me started. Whoa. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with stamps. I'm going to add a few stamps in here. I think I want this handwriting one. You guys, I think this is the Bow Bunny I got for like $1. Did you know Bow Bunny is like $1.99 regular price at Hobby Lobby? I think that's where that one came from. If you want airmail or like these faux postage stamps, check out Hobby Lobby if you don't have any. I got mine there, regular price. Let's see which way I think this goes. I think this goes like this. And I'm going to pull out some ink and I'm going to do just a little bit of stamping. I think we'll do it in gray. Bye, Amy. Have a great day. Glad you stopped by. It was wonderful to see you. For any amount of time. I'm here this late because I'm on vacation. Normally I'd be at work or wrapping up my life. It just depends. Ooh, I like it. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do a little more. This is pumice stone, for those who are wondering. Sometimes y'all like to know that kind of thing. Let's add a little more up here. See, don't stress about your flowers being perfect because, you know, you can just get all fun with it and mix media with it. Ooh, I love it. I love it with the writing on there. And then we're going to do this. You could put splatter on it. I think we might do, this is called French Script from Creative Expressions. I don't know if you can still get it or not. I have no idea. But I know Hobby Lobby has script stamps too that are real cheap, like $1.99. So you too can make this. I gotta make it to Ohio. There are so many crafters that I know in Ohio. I need to have like a meetup there or something. Beth, Elizabeth, John, Jill, Linda, Sharon. I'm sure the list goes on and on. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I gotta get my happy little self up there. And I want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So this has Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm thinking about you. Bye, Maddie. Have an awesome day. Glad you were here. Diane, have you noticed? I'm doing better with my chat. I don't stop my chat anymore. If you go to Ohio, then you shoot north to Milwaukee to see me. If I make it to Ohio, you might have to come to see me. Bethany. I haven't been to Milwaukee, though. I have been to Minnesota. Let's stamp Secret Garden in here. Right there. Okay, I think we did it. I think we made a card. I need to see if like Office Depot, Office Max, I can never keep them straight. Which one's by me? One of those two is by me. Or like Staples has my accent opaque paper. It costs too much on Amazon. But I want to find it again. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. It is my favorite non-watercolor paper to use. Accent opaque digital. And this is just like their index paper. I've used it since 2016. This is my last ream of it. Wait, accent opaque. No, that's different. I can get accent opaque. It's still pricey. It used to be inexpensive and it's pricey. That's not the paper. Spring Hill Digital is the one that I used to get. I like this accent opaque, but it's thirsty. She's thirsty, so you can't blend on her or anything. And the Spring Hill Digital, I used to be able to blend on a little bit. You're a true bloom of kindness. This is dedicated to all you people. All of you out there watching, sharing your kindness in the chatter box. All right. Get all this out of the way. I feel so confined today. Like I don't have enough space. All right. That's that. Let's get a card base to put it on. Just keep going norther. This is like, oh man, Diane, Australia is on my bucket list. It's so on my bucket list. Here's what my son said, and it's so true. He said the other day when we were leaving Kansas City, he was like, just think about it. If we liked visiting Kansas City as much as we did, if we go to Europe for a visit, we probably won't come home. And I was like, yeah, you got that right. Because my hubby and I were in Europe for 3 months. And I did not want to come home. He had to make me get on the plane. And we had these really cool tickets that were first class standby. And so you could just pick your day. You could show up whenever you wanted. But you might show up one time and really want to get on the plane and couldn't because it is standby. Anyways, so my poor hubby just couldn't get me to get on the plane. He was like, we're going to run out of money and we're going to be stuck. And I was like, cool. I want to be stuck here. He's like, no, you don't understand. We have to go. I don't want to. So we stayed an extra week. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you, dear. Just trying to mash it down a little bit. Get some even pressure. There we go. All right. Another one done. See, so I could be like real critical with myself about my painted flowers, but why? Because it turns out so cute. You don't have to be an amazing artist to make a really cute background for yourself, and then you can use your stamps. So I stamped script here and the little girl, and I added my Ohio stamp to my Ohio folks up there. Isn't that sweet? Okay, let's do one more. I think the ones we painted together this morning are still too wet. They're wet. So we're gonna have to use one of the ones I painted last night because I couldn't stop once I started. As long as I don't leave my kids with you. Don't worry. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this hot mess though. Let's get my paper trimmer out. Let me put some things away. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I need space. I need everything to move over. Just blow out that wall over there. The only thing that about moving is I don't want to move my craft room. Or move and not be able to have a craft room anymore. Okay, let's figure out what I'm gonna do with this piece of paper because I don't really know. First thing I can do is trim off the top. Okay, now let's get some measurements going on here. Let's figure this out. It's 8 inches. Okay. Hey, girl. You want to go out? Talking to my doggy. I'm just trying to see if I can clean this up and turn it into something. So I got that. Got this little bit. I got this bit. Because I was just playing with a scrap that I had on my desk. But yeah, these could go inside like a journal or something. This could go on a card, or it could just be a journaling card. Let me trim it up a little more. That's better. Yeah, those will just be like journaling cards or something in my journals. That's what I'll do with those. They're funky sizes. Okay, we're going to do one more. How about we do this one that has like a really plain background? And we'll leave these. Oh, Fazzy's talking to me. Cheryl says hi, Faz. She said, Cheryl, I'm not having it. My mama better get up and let me outside. I'll be RB. All right, let's go, Faz. I see that she helped herself to some Ritz crackers this morning. Oh, Crystal, it was so wonderful to meet you in person too. I was thinking about you yesterday. I was showing your card. Oh, yeah. No, I had a feeling I was going to need a little extra time. I was so inspired. I am so glad I took the extra time because I have been yesterday all I did was craft. And into the night even. I was painting. But like, yeah. After being at Paper Ganza, I really should have had my journal out on the drive home because I had so many ideas running through this head of mine. And you know how it is. If you don't capture them right away, they can disappear. So I've already lost half the ideas that I got. But to say I was inspired is an understatement. That's for sure. Okay, let's do the same thing on this one that we did on the others. I'm going to use the same French script stamp. And we're going to stamp some backgrounds. Let's see. Should I use pumice stone again? I really liked it last time. I think I will. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. You need to stay on there. Here, I'll take the ink to the stamp. How about that? Listening to the dogs bark outside. There we go. Yes. Love it. Ooh, I have a Simon Hurley set. Ooh, I'm going to get it out. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this top half in the script. Let me get this Simon Hurley set out real quick because I just had to have it and I never use it. Who else is like that? You think you can't live without it and then you never use it. Me, I'm like that. Let's see. I have to find it, so I have to flip through all these stamps. I know it's general location. I know which box it's in. I got that much. Let's see. Ooh, I just got another idea. So many ideas. So little time. Let's see. Where is it? Well, well, well. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, found it. Found it. I like Simon's stuff that's like this. Like, He usually has, you know, he likes to put out different stuff for different people. And I like that. So he has cutesy stuff for cutesy people. And then he usually does stuff like this for me. He has no idea. He's not doing it for me. He's doing it for us. But these are the types of things I like. So yeah, I just had to have this one time. And I think I've used it once. Let's stamp across here. I'm going to stamp across the whole thing. And that way I can kind of center this part if I want to. All right, now what color am I going to stamp this in? How about some iced spruce? We'll stay in the gray family, just a darker gray. My bonus family is in New South Wales. Is that right? Am I interpreting that correctly? I need a couple of weeks to journal too. Yeah, Crystal, you and me both. Like, I really need to sit down. Oh, Vicky, I need my first cup of coffee. I haven't had any yet, or tea. Yeah, go get some. Bethany says, I used to eat lunch in Gina K's parking lot with a hubby while we were dating before I knew who Gina K was. What? Does she have a store? I don't know. I don't keep up with people. But does she have like a brick and mortar? Oh, Fazzy needs back in. I'm going to have to go let her in real quick. It's too hot for a fluffy fluff ball like her. It's not, but she thinks it is. I mean, somebody forgot to tell her she's a dog. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab Beth's card while I'm over there on that side of the house. Okay, I'm back. Not only did I grab Beth's card, but I also grabbed 2 other cards that I had gotten. But this is Beth's card. So this is kind of like the one that she sent. She started with Dies, and then she sent Diane's Messy Palettes. And then she made one for me, and I think she made one for Karen, and who knows who else. Anyways, I just love it. Okay. All in your head. And when we made Dies, well, she was making it, but we were suggesting different words. And it's just so sweet. So, Beth, I totally wanted to take this idea and take it with me. But I didn't get around to it. But I just love this so much. So she has all these positive words of encouragement in there because we do need to be nicer to ourselves. And I know I really have got to start practicing that myself. Um, and I just love it. So I've had it up, Beth, in my living room. Talk about a cool way to use scraps. And like, how many people do you know that you need to send that need to hear these things about themselves and be reminded and change the script of how we talk to ourselves, right? So I'm actually going to frame this and put this in my room. I'm going to put it above my desk so that I remember to talk nicely to myself. I just love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Beth. While we're at it, I had it posted up, and then also this, love it. I had it posted up with 2 other cards that came to me. So this one is from my friend Heidi. We all know Heidi. Heidi and Jimmy. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. We did a series of cards one morning based on Stampington Magazine, where they clustered all these buttons and pieces together. And so she sent me one. I made a few, and then she made some. Look at this. And she added lace. And look at all this stamping and watercolor. Look at this. It's a treasure. And I love the charm. Oh my gosh. I love this card. I have been, so if y'all didn't know, when y'all send me cards, I have a few places around the house where I post them up, and I want to create a whole wall of them in my craft room. Okay, and then I have one more from my friend Bertha. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to take this out because it has all of her contact information. And I don't want to put that on the internet. But look at this. Bertha Bless Wilson. Y'all know Bertha. She made this for me. My brain has too many tabs open. Y'all know it's true. We're sitting here making cards, and then I had to let the dog out, and then I grabbed my cards, and now we're showing Happy Mail. So yeah, she knows me to a T. And then she put a BP up here, and she did all this collaging with paper and ribbon and a button. And then look on the inside. Life's a jungle. We're all a little broken, but broken crayons still color. Miss Bertha Bless Wilson. Thank you, Bertha. I've been admiring this and loving this. Thank you, thank you. So that concludes my Happy Mail share, and we're going to get back to the card making. Anyways, you know, if I'm passing by to let the dog in and out, I can pick up some cards on my way. I'm a multitasker. Let's get this one. Aren't they beautiful? So many talented card makers in this world. Oh, wrong color. That's okay. That's the pumice stone. That's the lighter. I want the darker one. Ice spruce. We'll just go right on top. It'll be fine. Put that right there. Yes. Okay. Lovely, lovely. Like, I liked my watercolor flowers, but I like them even more once I start stamping on them and adding a little mixed media. Look, I have used the stamp set. It's not that I haven't used it. It'll be a workhorse over time. Okay, let me just put a couple of things away. This is great, this A6 French script by Creative Expressions. All right. Those those away. Now, let's get back out this Bo Bunny set. I don't know what I'm going to put on these. I don't know if I'm going to put maybe some Tim Holtz people. Look at all these extra card bases I have. I can do more watercolors today. I might just put sentiments. I'm not sure. What do y'all think I should do with these? Let's see. Let's do... My mom's coming today. I haven't seen her since before we left, so I'm excited about that. I think we're going to go to lunch. We may end up at a thrift store. It could happen. I don't know what we're going to do. Does that say Honolulu? That's also on my bucket list. Okay. Kind of want to use this kind of barcode thingy down here at the bottom. Like it's been through the mail. Now it looks like it's, you know, been through, it's seen some things. It's had some experiences in life. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What should we do here? Let me grab some Timmy people. Yeah. Okay. That's more than enough. Let's see. Thinking about a portrait. She's too big. Let's see if we got some smaller portraits. Oh, gosh, I love the look on her face. I think they're just a little, I love them, but I think they're just a little too big. So I love my portraits though. Y'all know I love these. Let's try some of these people. I've got some different sizes here. Oh, these are all posers. So poser. But that means I usually need a prop to, like, is he holding on to the, you know, like he needs something to sit on. He's fabulous. She needs something to lean on. You know, that's what I mean by posers. They're all action. Is she scratching her head? She's like, I don't know about this. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Throw a dog in and it's always going to be a favorite when there's a dog in the mix. Okay. Just looking to see if anybody's jumping out at me. I like her a lot. I like her little face. All right. I think we've got it. I know y'all probably have places to go, things to do. Let's wrap it up. I'm on vacation, so I'm just like, oh, I'll be here all day. But you guys got to go do things. I know. Okay. Di's got to go to sleep. Biddy, tell young Z good morning for me. Oh, John, I will. He was just talking about how sweet and how grateful he was for your kindness. John gave NZ a handmade card with a really big gift on the inside, and it just made him feel so special. I don't know how else to put it. It made him feel special. Thank you, John. Only Sparkle Heart then was like, what? Where's mine? And I said, well, your birthday didn't just pass. Ugh, whatever. Oh, we had a good time with that one. Okay. With the house, without the house, y'all let me know. I'm sometimes too close to it to know if I should do something or not. Should I add the house? I kind of like it with the house. What do y'all think? Who's a robot? Jennifer? Let me go back. I sleep. It's not me. Biddy. Okay. Da, 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 da. Addition and addiction are essentially the same thing. Flow. I know. Bertha made an amazing card, didn't she? I just love her. Let me look. She sent something really cool, and I don't want to share it on here, but she sent this little card. It has her address, her birthday, her favorite colors, her style. Her style is clean and simple with bling, butterflies, and ladybugs. Her YouTube and her Instagram. Isn't that cool? She sent like her contact info and information. Okay, with the house, without the house. And I didn't, Di is, oh, Di never sleeps. Yeah, right. I was like, I sleep. It's not me. Okay, house, no house. House. I like it with the house. With the house. Okay, we're doing the house. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's do this. I'll find a sentiment. Maybe there's something in this box. Ugh. Oh, brother. Look. These watercolors are not dry yet. And I just have them hanging out here on my desk, sticking to everything. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. I don't do things right. Not 100% of the time. I am going to have watercolor on everything. Oh my gosh, I just stuck my finger in it again. Hold on. I have to clean this. Okay. Okay. All right. Put those away. All right, let's look at a sentiment now that dream a little dream, leap of faith, keep kindred spirits. Let's put kindred spirits on this one. And let's put, it's not rebels at heart because she's out by herself. So let's do dream a little dream for this little girl. Okay. There. Finally get those out of my way. Okay, so let's do this. And then I'll let you guys go. With house. Awesome. Thank you guys. Okay. Let's move it down. It's not to scale, and that doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. Ooh, man, I am so glad I watched Karen McKoy yesterday and that she got me to painting flowers, because these cards have been so much fun to make with you guys. I will probably end this live and just be painting more flowers because I have all these backgrounds ready to go. And I'm going to have a whole series. Yeah, I've got 6 more of cards like this. Can all thank Karen for that. If you want to see someone, if you definitely go watch her live from yesterday. She's been posting a video every day this month because it's watercolor month, whatever they call it. Maybe World Watercolor Month or something. I don't know. But basically, she's been watercoloring every day this month. And yesterday's live, she made these really cool flowers that I tried to make, but, you know, they don't compare to hers. But that's okay. They're mine, and I like them, and I'm learning, and I love the cards I'm making with them. So that makes me happy. She's a cutie. She kind of reminds me of Cindy Elkins. I don't have Cindy's mailing address, but thanks, Kathy. Yeah, I'm excited. One more day of crafting and then it's back to reality. But that's okay because crafting is a part of my reality. I craft every day. I just won't get to craft all day. That's the only difference. There we go. Now I have a few of them. Okay. And then we need Kindred Spirit. Kindred Spirits. There we go. I have a little box off to the side where sometimes when I do this, I just stamp out like multiple sentiments. I'll put them in the box, especially for my red rubber stamps, because if I stamp out extras with a stamp set that has packaging, I put it back in the packaging. But with my red rubber wood mount stamps, I don't have packaging to put them back into. So I have a little box I put them in. Okay, those I'll actually throw away. There we go. This one I'm going to cut down a little more. Crooked and everything, and it's fine. Okay, and then we'll put Dream a Little Dream for this girl. Alrighty. And then I'll glue these on a card base and let you guys go. I know, Stormy Swan. Isn't that amazing? Hey guys, make sure, I can't wait to see you post something in my community here on YouTube. It's open. I opened it yesterday. So you can, if you make flower pictures, if you make flower cards or collage cards, or you make something crafty crazy, let me know. And the way to let me know is to post about it in my community. I just want to see what y'all are making, even if you're not making anything related to what I'm making. Show me what you're making. Just add a picture in my community tab. Let's put some sparkle spots. I like these kind of platinum colored ones, or champagne. I don't know which. They're just called gold, but they remind me of champagne or platinum. Let's put a few of these on there, just for the fun of it. Is anybody going to watercolor now? Have you been inspired to make yourself some flower backgrounds? Karen got me going. There we go. Minutes of Zen. Well, that's cool, Stormy. Thanks, John. Bye, Flo. You posted a journal page. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. Okay, let's go see it. I'll show everybody how you find it. Okay, that'll be a good thing. So Cheryl, let me find my phone. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get there. So you go to YouTube. And then for me, I have to go to my page. Okay. And then you go over to post. See right here where it says post? You go to post. I don't see it. Why don't I see it? I see all of my posts. Hold on. Let me store membership. Let me see. Is it under my membership? No. That's the members page. Should be right here. Oh, visit community. There. Awesome. And there's Cheryl's. There's post in here. Yay. So here's the community, y'all. So there's my first post. That was from a year ago. Why is that in there? Peekaboo to everyone. Oh, look. Is that your horse, Cheryl? Rain? Hi, Jackie Evans. Are you kind of like scrapbooking and memory keeping your horse? And then the barn door opens, you guys. See? Peekaboo. Oh, that is so cute, Cheryl. I love it. I love it. And look at Jay's. Jay posted his card 10 hours ago. Way to go, Jay. He's so sweet. I saw his post on Instagram. So see, guys, it says write a welcome post. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do, I think. Helps your fans find your community. But you guys will be able to come in here and add things to Bitty Penny's community on YouTube. We're doing it. We are doing it. I already made a welcome post, but I'm still finding things too. I'm figuring out, I'm learning with you guys. We won't snitch. No, we would never. Never, never, never. Let me put these on card bases. I'm going to have to see if Miss Karen has community where I could post. See, like Karen inspired me, Karen McKoy inspired me to paint these flowers. So I want to go over and see if she has a community, and then I could post my pictures of my cards that she inspired me to make on her community. These we might stamp the background a little bit. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not in a hurry. I'm on vacation. So starting tomorrow, I'll be all limited with my time and everything again. Yay. Not. But I think so far the cards we made this morning, I haven't done anything to the backgrounds, but I want to do a couple with the backgrounds all done up. So let's do that. I've got to show you options. So we've got our plain card bases. And of course you could put it on a different colored card base if you wanted to. So let's just put those there like that. And then now we can do a little more, like what we could do is just continue the stamping that we did here. You know, I already put those away. We could take these same stamps I do not know what happened, but my desk seems to have shrunk. Hi, Donna. Welcome to the Glue Crew. Woo. Now, you don't have to be a Glue Crew member to do the community. Just so you know, anybody can do it. So it's free for anyone to do. I appreciate your support though, Donna. Like, I kind of consider my membership like a tip jar, if you will. But I also give discounts there. So for my shop. And sometimes post things. As well. Okay, so just carried that across, see? Blending, nice. And now, I think I might carry it all the way down and then stamp that other thing on top of it, that other stamp. Now for anyone just joining, oh, thank you so much, Donna. You are so sweet, and I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Glad you're hanging out with us. Now, for anyone who wasn't here, I don't know if you can still get this stamp, but if you know, if you can, great, and you want it, great. It's Creative Expressions. Look on Amazon. I think that's where I got this, and it's called French Script. Or the next time you're at Hobby Lobby, I am pretty sure that they have something similar, and it's $1.99 from what I remember. I didn't get it because I already have it. I don't need to buy it if I already have it, or something similar to it. And I was like, oh, I have scripty stuff. But I made a note, like, so I could tell you guys about it, because maybe y'all don't have scripty stamps yet. Tim has some sets that have scripty stamps in it. I have an old Spellbinders one. We're just going to do both of these the same way. There we go. John, I finished all the chocolate yesterday. Because I was in here for hours upon hours. But I didn't have it all yesterday either. I've had a little bit of chocolate since Saturday. And I shared. But it's all gone. That's all I'm trying to say. It's gone. $14 on Amazon. Yeah, if you want, do that. But also know that there is a very similar one for like $1.99 at Hobby Lobby. And that's the regular price. That's not like, oh, it has to be on sale that week kind of thing when you go there. So there's options. I probably paid that for it. I think I did. And I was like, oh, that's smaller than I was expecting. But that's on me because I should always check dimensions. I still use it and I love it. You know, it's one of those stamps that is a workhorse for me in my craft room and in my crafting. There's certain ones where you know you're just going to use it over and over and over again. And they're different. Like the, you know, the one I just used is red rubber, and the one that you're going to get if you go to Hobby Lobby, it's going to be silicone. Not the same. You know, they're different. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else we want to do to these. Still have watercolor on me. Oh, I think that's good. I like that. But see, you don't have to leave the borders totally white. So let's glue these down. Guys, I feel like there was something else I was going to do with you, and I forgot what it was. Oh, now I remember. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's weight this down. I happen to have a 4x6 stamp block. There we go. Then let's glue this one down. I like these cards. How much fun. I want to send this one to Cindy Elkins. I just have to get her mailing address. You know what I should have done? Next time I go to Paperganza, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an address book with me. Note, I'm going to write this in my journal. Hold on. Get my journal out. Elena had the same journal. It was awesome. Okay. Note to self. You know what else I'm going to do? Oh, my pen's running out. I want to take like one of those instant cameras and take people's pictures and write their name on it so I can remember a face and a name better. Address book and instant camera. Next Paperganza. All right. That's noted. Note to self has been noted. Okay. Alrighty, friends. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's play again with the frames, which is what I was showing you at the beginning. I'll show you the cards. We'll play with this frame. It's a little dirty, but that's okay. It's not really dirty. It's dusty. Dusty Rose. Look. See? It's it's nice. It's nice. So this is just a 5x7 frame, and having that little border really does help mat it, and then you don't lose the main part of your artwork. So this is a great thing about being a 5x7 card maker. Look at this. You can make actual art that can be framed. Isn't that fun? Like, I think that is such a fun picture, okay? So we're just gonna look at all the cards we made today as artwork. Look at this one. Now these just have the white border around them and a whole lot of dust, but isn't that cute? I would hang that on my wall. I know, Karen. Oh, Karen. She's here, everybody. Well, now that you're here, good morning. I hope you had your coffee. I have to show you everything that you inspired me to do. You inspired these, girlfriend. Okay. And then last one that we've made this morning, this one. Isn't that sweet? But yeah, so when you're making a 5x7 card, this is 4x6, this is 5x7 card. Think about it maybe in terms of putting it in a frame, and then you don't have to have a mat. And let me tell you, I was at Dollar General the other day, and their frames were like 30% off. They had 5x7 frames that were super cute for like $2. And you could totally send a frame, a $2 frame, and I'm telling you, they were cute for $2, and one of your cards. Sean did that for me. I'm not going to take it off my wall because it's hard to get it back up there, but Manly Made Minutes, Sean did that for me. But yeah, there we go. Okay, Karen, those are the 4 cards we made today. All right, let me show you. I painted with you for hours yesterday. So I saw your live, and shucks, I already cut up the piece that was my first attempt. But I'm trying like crazy to get your flowers. See, oh, these were my first attempts. I realized I did not have the right brush. Then I found my brushes, because I think I do have 2 dagger brushes. I don't know that they're the right ones, but these were the 2 that I had. So then I found these and started using these to paint these. But you totally inspired me. Look at all this painting I did. I slapped paint on paper. And this one's really funky and fun. I like it a lot. So all of these I painted, inspired by you. And then we just did the whole mixed media thing with them today and turned them into cards. And these I painted today. But I told everybody they have to come see you do it, because you're the inspiration. You do it so much better. Mine don't do any justice to Karen's flowers, but I still love them. And I'm encouraging people, because you may think you can't paint, but you can, and it might be simple, but you can turn it into something beautiful. I had so much fun. You can tell. And I want to just keep painting. Look, I have all these primed watercolor 4x6 pieces, so I can just keep going. I'm gonna have a whole series of these inspired by you. Yeah, when I first started, I had the wrong kind of brush out. But then I dug through my paint brushes and I found 2 dagger brushes, and I was like, okay, now we're in business, kind of. I love them. I love them. I don't have your technique down yet, and I am still trying to figure it out. But then I just started having fun just playing. Oh my gosh. And your videos, you just crack me up. I was really enjoying when you were dishing all the family tea and talking about your mom and her sassiness. Oh my goodness. It had me laughing and painting. And y'all, Karen is very soulful, very inspiring. You got to go check her out. I think we've been sharing links. Oh, good. Dawn just put your link in there as well. So definitely check her out. And that's it. That's what I have for you guys today. You like the fawn? The fawn is adorable. Right, Vicki? I don't know if you were here during the fawn, Vicki, but at the hotel where we were staying about 3 miles away from you guys at a different hotel. And there was a meadow there. And I was telling everyone, I lost track of counting how many flowers were in that meadow. But every night at dusk, a family of deers, 2 fawns, the doe and the buck would come around and bring their babies, and they would bed down in the flowers every night. It was such a treat to see them. So this was inspired by that. So last night when I was painting and Karen, I had her on and I was just painting happy flowers. I thought about those deer, and so I made myself a little meadow of a variety of flowers that probably don't exist in reality, but they exist on paper. And I made myself a little meadow, and I remembered I had this stamp in my collection. So there you go. Those are our cards for today. Bye, Flo. Love you, girl. Bye, Dawn. Love you. Love all of you. I'm stretching. Don't mind me. Oh, your heart is full. Your heart is always full, girlfriend. We gotta give a shout out to Beth because I didn't know you before, Beth. You watched planes come in and out of your window. Yeah, no, there was this beautiful meadow and just a beautiful family of deer. And every night they would come in and bed down in the flowers. And they had those 2 speckled fawn, and they were just so sweet. I love deer so much. So much. And I love you guys so much. It all started with Dawn. Well, Dawn is the queen bee. She does connect us. We're just all worker bees around Dawn. We all work to support Dawn's network. I love it. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back Thursday at my normal time. Okay. So you catch a break. I wasn't here for a week though, so I don't even feel bad about it. But I'll be back on Thursday, somewhere in the 5:30 range of time, and we'll make something else. What are we gonna make? I don't know. But then I also have Paper Stash Smash and a sheet load this week. So, all right. Love you guys so much. Oh, Kim, I know. I'm so sorry. Kim, I'm still trying to get it back on track myself. The struggle is real. All right. Bye, everyone.